Hey guys, it's been a while since I made a video, but today I'm going to be trying something new. Today I'm going to be explaining a game called Gore In Crayon. This game was recently released on December 29th, 2025. You can purchase this game on the Steam page for 99 cents if you're interested in a gore short horror story game. Now this game features a little bit of elements. It's a cat and mouse game. It's very short. I'd say the playthrough is about 30 minutes tops, maybe even 40 if you're struggling a little bit here and there. Maybe the fastest clear time you can get is within 10 minutes, but the game is very amazing from its art, from its story, and the fact that there is no dialogue to help you navigate through it. You just kind of have to understand the story from the pictures and the bubbles around and everything that's just going on within such a short amount of time. Playing this game, I really did get scared here and there. Just being put in a dark atmosphere and just roaming around the house, not knowing when am I going to die, how am I going to die, trying to escape. But for now, let's just get right into the explanation. We play as this little girl who seems to be told by her mother that she's not allowed to leave the house and that she must stay in the house while she's out. The daughter seems to understand this, and the mom gives her a kiss as she leaves away for the night. Throughout the house, we can see that there are a lot of bottles, whether it's beer or wine. There are just a lot of bottles in general, where we can assume that the mom has been drinking a lot. She's an alcoholic. To why she's an alcoholic is something we find out very, very soon. It seems that the mom has been going through a type of depression and potentially a mental breakdown from the fact that her lover, who is not around anymore, had left her. She doesn't seem to understand why the husband left her. What did she do wrong? If she wasn't loving him enough, and anything in between. It seems that the mom has this idea that the dad doesn't love her. At first, she questions, does he love her? But then she comes to the assumption that he doesn't love her, and that the dad loves the daughter. Now, from the perspective of the little girl, we can see that she's placed in this part of the house that doesn't look like the rest of the house, actually. Her room looks kind of like a basement or an attic, but it doesn't have, any furniture, any liveliness to it. It's just a mattress on the ground and an empty room, an empty space, where we can see throughout the rest of the house, there are pictures, awards. Besides the bottles, there's even a room where there was a baby, or at least we can assume there was going to be a baby, before we can also assume that maybe she had an abortion, or maybe she had a miscarriage. And I say this because we can see a hanger from the rope, and I think the hanger is meant to be used to symbolize the fact that she's had an abortion. A lot of women back then use hangers to get the baby aborted, and I think that she had aborted this child because she was already having problems with her daughter as it is. you know uh and I To actually finish my statement, she was already having problems with the daughter as it is, so I don't think she wanted to give birth to another child and then potentially have another, reason to lose someone that she loves, another form of competition, and to which why the mother would, you know, think that her daughter is competition is weird, but from the game, from playing the game, you can already see that she was jealous and didn't like the fact that her daughter was getting all the love and that she wasn't. So to have another child and the child also receive more attention, which just drive her even more mad as it is. So we can see that this child that we play as is having a dream as the mother walks into her room. She dreams about the dad wanting the love and affection from her, but she doesn't feel the same. In turn, it causes the dad to become aggressive, to start physically abusing her. We can see that the mom comes into the house very wasted, very drunk, so she's already not in the right state of mind, going through the disappearance of her lover, clearly is an alcoholic, and she comes back and the only thing that's on her mind is, why can't she be loved? What happened? What did she do wrong? And we can just assume that these are the things, judging from the actions that she then takes later in the game. It's safe to assume that throughout this whole entire, experience, for however long this has happened, that the mom has had some type of resentment or jealousy towards her daughter. She believes that the lover that she has cares more about the daughter, gives the daughter more attention and more love than he gives her. And she doesn't like that idea. And this is probably why, the main character that we play as is in such a situation that she's in now. The daughter doesn't like the dad, and I think the daughter actually hates the dad or the boyfriend because it's causing her mom to hate her. So it's a big triangular effect. The mom wants attention and love from the partner. The partner wants attention and love from the daughter, to be seen as a figure, to be accepted. And the daughter doesn't like the dad, but she wants to be loved by the mom because she cares about the mom. And the only reason why she hates the dad so much is because the mom is becoming more angry, becoming more distant, becoming less of a mother to her. And in turn, to any child who gets any type of hate from their parents because their parents wants to be loved by another person, it does bring a lot of hatred towards them. And this is not for every child, but for most kids, kids need to be loved. They need to be taught. They need to be nurtured. They need to be cared for. They need to be treated like they exist. So as they grow up, they know that they've had these things and they know how to pass it to other people in need. This could be said the same thing for the mother. When you are pursuing a relationship or just someone to help you, or maybe it doesn't even have to be for the cause of help, it could just be for the cause of just love in general, you need to love your partner. And I don't say need like you're obligated by a law. I say need within the aspect of you shouldn't come into someone's life and then just outright ignore them. Your partner is going to expect you to be there, to love them, to give them, attention, to take them out on dates, to say how much you care for them, to say how much, you support them for them being themselves or going through the hardships of a day-to-day life, and if you're someone who's new into the relationship of a family, or you've already, you know, been there like a father figure, you need to learn how to distribute this love and attention equally amongst the family. We see throughout the game that, you know, the mom finally snaps. She loses it. Her first thing to do is to kill the little girl. I believe that she thinks the only solution for her to gain love and attention is to kill the little girl. An alternative theory is that she's killing the child because she believes it's all her fault. She believes that her existence is the reason why the man left, why she's alone, why she can't be loved. So by eliminating the child, she gets to be set free. While I was editing this, I realized that both of these theories are actually a whole, that she's eliminating the child to get the love, the attention, and the comfort that she seeks from her partner, and she believes that the child is the reason for this, that she can never be loved or that she can't have what she wants, and that the only way is to kill her so that she doesn't have to run into this problem again. We can see at the end of the game, we finally make our escape, and as we're running away, the mother starts to chase us. And, you know, in an endless and effortless attempt to run away to safety, we actually end up getting caught. But that immediately ends when the corpse of the father actually comes out and kills the mother. It's questionable. The dad is dead. How is he even alive? Why is he floating and everything? How is this possible? Now, this is actually an alternative ending, I believe, away from the first one. The first ending is actually where you come out, you get caught, and the mom instantly gets shot in the head. I believe this is an alternative ending because, one, how the hell did the corpse get outside? Dude just got resurrected by like Mercy and was like, yeah, bro, go ahead and get your revenge. Like the ninjas in Naruto came back, did reanimation jutsu and was like, all right, go slime her out. This is all you. This is all you. But all in all, at the end of the game, we can actually see that we end up in a hospital or a facility of some sort. We can see that there are people in these hazmat suits and they're talking about the situation. They're trying to understand, did the mother kill the father? And the other guy says no, he believes that the daughter killed the father because the father has crayons stuck all up in the corpse from what they found. And they start to question, what is she drawing on the ground as the daughter is just happily dangling her feet back and forth. I believe the daughter is very happy that both the mom and the dad are gone. She's out here kicking her feet back and forth like la 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 la, I'm finally free. And it's understandable. The dad was very abusive towards the daughter, trying to force love out of the daughter towards him. And the mom just neglected the daughter. She didn't care that, she was being abused. She didn't care that she wasn't giving her daughter the proper love and attention that she needed for a child like her. So it does build up this hatred towards both parental figures that should have been doing better as parents for the child in their life. Let this be a lesson to all of you out there. If you don't want to get slimed out, just stay at home. Play Marvel Rivals, play Overwatch, play your League of Legends, Rainbow Six Siege, and just don't even bother getting slimed, man. You don't know if the daughter's gonna slime you out. You don't know if the girl's gonna slime you out, the wife, your partner. Just stay to yourself. This can happen vice versa too, you don't know if your husband's gonna slime you out or the son. But yeah, man, and that's really all that it is for this game. If you guys like this type of content and you want to see more of it, drop a comment down saying more, drop a like and make sure to subscribe, keep bell notifications on. I don't really post too much, but I would like to do more explanation videos like this on future horror games. This is very chill. I'm very new to this and I'm rough around the edges since this is my first time, but this is something I definitely did enjoy doing. Short, it's quick. I get to explain my theory and maybe things that people didn't see in the game, and if there's anything I miss, make sure to put that down below. I definitely am open to all theories, all thoughts, and if there's gonna be a part 2 to this game, or if you see any games from this developer in the future, make sure to also tag that down below if this video blows up or not. I'm still kind of new to this. Make sure to purchase a game for yourself on Steam. It's called Gore of Crayon. It's for 99 cents. It's a very short horror game, and I hope you all have a wonderful day or night. We'll see you next time.